Let's get into it first with the latest on the royals because this stuff is unbelievable. Now, there was a summit. This is legit. It's been confirmed by the palace over the weekend, and there was one of King Charles's top people was at this summit with two of Harry and Meghan's top people. And this summit was not only held in broad daylight on a balcony where photographers just happened to be in position to get everyone at a great angle. But it seems as though it was not, for once, Harry and Meghan who leaked this, that it looks like it was King Charles who leaked it, that leak, there are reports that it may have been a shot across the bow to William saying, I'm king, not you, and I don't care if you like it. This is my son, and I want to reconcile. What are your sources telling you, Kinsey?
Okay, well, my sources are telling me that Prince William found out about this meeting at the same time you and I mean, I'm texting you this story, like, can you believe this? Apparently that's what's happening for Prince William too. He's getting messages, he's with his family, he's getting messages that this meeting happened. He didn't get the heads up, and he was incredibly disappointed by that because this negatively affects his family. It directly negatively affects his family. It's Harry and his wife that allegedly told Omid Scobie, author of Endgame, that Catherine was one of the royal racists. She received so much hate for that online. She was attacked on the internet, and William monitors these things. He sees these attacks. It upsets him. He's concerned for his family's safety after this. But I will say that over here in the UK, they are not buying. I talked to Tom Bower today. I know you love Tom Bower's book, Revenge. Tom Bower, he believes that there was nothing in it for King Charles to instigate the leak of this story. He thinks Harry and Meghan are lying, and that Harry and Meghan are the leaks. And the objectives mixed. Were they trying to force the royals' hand by leaking this story so the royal family feels like there has to be some type of royal reunion because now everyone knows about it? Or was Meghan so blinded by her jealousy over Prince William's great coverage, raising over $1 million at a polo event for his charities, Catherine on the tennis courts looking absolutely stunning, people in the crowd screaming, "We love you, Kate"? Was it, the green monster coming out, and Meghan saying, give me 1 second and I'm going to redirect all the headlines back to Sussex headquarters? So I've seen all of the theories, but what's strong in the UK is that they believe that Harry and Meghan are lying about not being the source of this story.
Do your William sources do they have a theory as to who the leaker is?
The Sussexes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's real deal stuff. Kinsey, just come over to the Nerve and be here all the time. Okay. So, I did a column on this over at the Mail the other day, and I find this so fascinating because I can see it through both Charles's point of view and William's point of view. I think from Charles's point of view, he's looking at this situation and saying, he has cancer. He's an older man. He's got just the math of it, fewer days ahead of him than behind him. And, he's watching a clock. And if he wants to have any sort of reconciliation with his wayward son and have any kind of relationship with grandchildren he does not know, only one of whom he has seen in person, now would be the time. Then from William's point of view, he and his impeccably presenting family are at Wimbledon. It is a triumph. Catherine had been there on her own the day before. She was given a standing ovation. He has been shouldering the duties of the royal family with an ailing father, also has cancer, an ailing wife, a brother who is such a just skedaddled and has been throwing nuclear bombs every chance that he gets. And what does William get for being the dutiful son who can never put a foot wrong? And the weight of this monarchy, which his brother and his wife, my opinion, but shared by many, have been trying to actively destroy. Mm-hmm. It's on William's shoulders. And what does he get for this? What does he get? He gets the king going behind his back and the Sussexes leaking this stuff while he and his wife should be taking a victory lap at Wimbledon.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to say that Tom Bauer kind of shocked me with today was I was talking about how empathetic the king is, how compassionate he is, that he has this sweetheart. And Tom Bauer's like, I disagree with you. He said, okay, maybe he might act differently when it comes to his son. He said he feels guilt around raising Harry or lack thereof. Harry kind of running amok when he was a teenage boy and getting into all sorts of trouble. And Charles running off with Camilla and enjoying his girlfriend that then becomes his wife, the mistress that becomes the girlfriend that becomes the wife. He said that Charles was absolutely vicious as a prince and would burn bridges left and right. If he's liked to surround himself with yes people, and if you told him no, goodbye, you were out of the picture, he'd cut you off at the knees. So he does believe Harry when Harry goes on TV and says, Dad won't take my calls. He believes that there is this cold side to King Charles, which of course I feel guilty repeating because I know the man has cancer and I want to be kind, but I'd never heard that before. I thought that was fascinating that Tom Bauer said that the king can be ugly and that he can see the king continuing to distance himself from Harry to protect himself and to protect the kingdom, to protect the crown.
This is very interesting. So the thing about, the king being ill and not wanting to think that he could be mean or bitter or provocative towards one or both of his sons, this is interesting. From my own personal experience, when my dad was getting sicker and sicker and, his time was very, very clearly coming to an end, part of him could become extremely difficult to the point of mean. And it is a common thing. And, there are multiple, it's a case by case individual experience, of course, but in my case, I sort of felt like he knew he was dying, and it was kind of like the act of a wounded animal going off to the woods to die alone. Sometimes they push the people closest to them away. They do it whether they're dialed into it or not. Charles has always had, this is not really part of the public perception or what the palace markets, but he's historically had a very difficult relationship with William. And so this kind of lashing out actually makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why he would place any trust in Harry not doing what he has historically done, which is take any minute amount of information he is given and weaponizing it and publicizing it.
Mm. Yeah. And this has PR crisis management written all over it. Harry and Meghan are pretty low right now when it comes to, they're like hand in hand with Prince Andrew, who was, the last time he was photographed in the United States was arm in arm with Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? Like they are in desperate need of some positive PR. And that's what Prince Harry recreating Diana's walk through the minefields. What else did we recently see them do? I just feel like Harry is absolutely trying to separate himself from Meghan Markle, trying to, who we know is toxic, trying to remind us all that his mother was the martyr, Princess Diana, because he doesn't like being the unpopular, petty-looking prince. He used to be one of the most popular royals right under Queen Elizabeth, and now he's at the very bottom, and nobody wants to talk to him, and he's lonely. I know this is like, I feel ugly saying this, but this is a 40-year-old man who's having to hang out with menopausal women in Montecito, California that have been in space. Okay? Harry can't. What can Gail King and Harry talk about? She's been to space, Maureen. I think that he's miserable, is lonely, has no friends. I do think he misses his family. But if they're going to use the argument that King Charles is sick and they're just trying to create this reunion out of compassion and empathy, then Meghan Markle, pick up the damn phone and call Thomas Markle, because your father is just as sick. And we know why they want this reconnection. It's monetary. Their proximity to the British royal family pays. It pays big time.
Exactly. And what struck me before we move on to Gwyneth about the walk, that the recreation of the landmine walk that Harry just did, is Meghan has got to be seething, because if anybody wanted to skin Diana's corpse like Buffalo Bill and wear it and go walking through landmines, it's Meghan Markle. But she's back in Montecito, doing a school run. She'd have us believe, a school run that's equivalent to the Odyssey.